At the Playmakers Network, sports are more than games. They're a community. From basketball and college football to professional wrestling and Rams football, our shows keep fans informed, entertained, and connected. Watch live, listen on your favorite podcast platform, and join the conversation. The Playmakers Network. Sports, community, conversation.
Sound like some Viking music, don't it?
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go, let's go.
Shooting, lights out. Happy Monday, good people. Welcome to Shooting Lights Out here, July 6, 2026, the 7th month of the year, Mr. Cole Johnson. The 7th month of the year.
Yes, we now are halfway through 2026, and now the other half shall commence. And special shout out to someone who is near and dear to this program's heart and definitely near and dear to mine. My brother Will Otero, Wazalefe, celebrating a milestone birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, my brother. Love you, man. I hope you turned it up in NYC. You deserve all of the props. You deserve all of the platitudes. You deserve all of the celebratory cheers and wishes, man. Happy birthday to you, brother.
Happy birthday to Wise and Healthy, All Wise, Bizarro Wise, whichever you want you were necking eyes him by. Happy birthday to that man. He got to celebrate a Knicks championship. Now he gets to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah, but he got a real good early birthday present in the form of a Knicks championship. Yeah, man. Love all of you, brother. I love you, man. I hope everything is good in your world, man.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, the Playmakers Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you are listening and watching on my personal LinkedIn page, slide over to the YouTube channel, type in the Playmakers Network, and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And far as the podcast version, Mr. Johnson, where can they hear us at?
Hear us on many different platforms like Spotify, like iHeartRadio, like Amazon Prime. And wherever you can download this wonderful, beautiful podcast that is called Shooting Lights Out, that is how we roll. And if you are watching us on the Playmakers Network YouTube channel, thank you. If you're watching on the Playmakers LinkedIn page, thank you for watching us there. And if you're listening to us live on the Real Wise Radio Network, we thank you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you.
Well, on today's show, we of course we got to talk about free agency. There's a lot going on, including the Jayley Brown trade, because everybody else had their say. We get to have ours. So we're going to look forward to that. We're also going to dive into some WNBA news. The All-Star starts were announced. How does Coach Johnson feel about that? Also, Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas spoke on the controversy that surrounded them two in the online harassment that was been going on through this whole entire process. So we're going to react in that. And plus, we are going to recap what happened on the weekend in the WNBA, and plus what games to look for during the week of the WNBA. But before we hop into our first segment of the day, we always got to give you a question of the show. And Mr. Johnson, here it is.
And that question is, where should LeBron James go in free agency? Comment below if you're watching on YouTube. And then if you haven't done so, like, subscribe and share. And I I wanted to not do this, but I'm coming dangerously close to doing an audible, and it's it either has to be full court slam or it's going to be flagrant foul. But I just retire.
That's not an option, unfortunately. So, with that being said, let's go.
23 years in the league. Retire, son. Retire. I'm sorry. Having Stephen A. Smith talking about white players. Retire, LeBron.
I would get into that, but I don't feel like it. But is it home before we started? Is this me or this everything Stephen A. say is becoming blown up for because he's Stephen A. Smith?
Well, yeah, because he's it makes sense. He has a bigger platform, and now that he has a bigger platform, more people are going to pay attention to what he says, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether they agree with him or disagree with him. This was bound to happen, and that normally happens with somebody who gets a larger focus, a larger focal share of the media pie. I mean, he's the biggest, whether you all like it or not, he's the biggest sports name that isn't an athlete that's going in the business today. So you're going to have that happen.
All right, Mr. Johnson, we're going to begin in the NBA.
All right. Well,
it's just a quick fisher here. We got a couple of main topics we're going to dive into after this.
Okay. Well, of course, we already know with the Lakers, they started retooling when they traded for Luka Doncic. So we already knew the rebuilding was in full effect, and life after LeBron started with that trade. So along with that, they acquired center Walker Kessler. The Lakers did. They acquired center Walker Kessler. They signed Colin Sexton and Quentin Grimes and Sandro Mandashevsky, and then they traded DeAndre Ayton for nothing. Now you have the Celtics going on the other end. They signed Mitchell Robinson, and they signed Mike Conley, and they traded Kiwi Head.
Oh, we're gonna get in that. Oh, your team made some moves. How wonderful!
Yeah. I know we're gonna get to Kiwi Head in a minute, but yeah, then the Rockets. They signed forward Tari Eason, and this is my favorite move they've done in all season. They signed Marcus Smart, and I think they needed to have a defensive presence. One that basically will, I hate to say it, but if you do follow basketball like we do, you got to have that one player that everybody can't stand other than the fan base and the teammates that he plays on. And Marcus Smart is that type of guy. He leads with defense, and he has some good offense. I love that pickup for the Rockets a lot.
I was wondering how you felt about that.
Yeah, I love that pickup a lot. I prefer him more than I did Dylan Brooks. But I get why you can root for him, but I like Marcus Smart a little better. You got the Pistons. Of course, ever since they drafted Cade Cunningham, they've been on the build. They still are on the build, signing John Collins and Javonte Green, re-signing Javonte Green. And it looks like the Pistons still have their eyes on the prize. They weren't happy with having the best record in the East. It looks like they want to have the Eastern Conference Championship, if not the World Championship, the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Forget this fool. The Nuggets, they signed Cameron Johnson. The Heat, they signed Norman Powell. The Suns, they re-signed Jalen Green. I hope things are well in Phoenix with you, sir. The Hawks, they signed Luke Kennard. Goodbye, Lakers. I'm sorry. And your Magic, they signed Mo Wagner.
They're keeping the brothers together. So what more do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
They're keeping the brothers together.
LeBron James, he decided to say goodbye to the Lakers, and he don't know where he's gonna go.
To one of the main stories. There you go.
Yeah, and then we get to Kiwi Head. Well, he is a Boston Celtic. No, he's not. He was one. Oh, there was this beautiful video. Seeing this cute, adorable 7-year-old white child cry. Seeing Jayley Brown get traded. He's no longer a Celtic. Oh, that was beautiful. Anyway, so Brown is going down I-95 to Philly. And the 76ers will give back to the Celtics in return Paul George, and not one, but 2 first-round draft picks, and not one, but 2 second-round draft picks. Yes. So Jayley Brown to the Sixers for Paul George, 2 first-rounders, and 2 second-rounders. Oh, and the first-round pick are in 2027, 2029. The second-round picks are in 2031 and 2032.
Mr. Johnson, thoughts when this trade happened, and all them same thoughts you have right now?
At first I thought, I hope the Celtics aren't going to get fleeced. And it looks like the Sixers got fleeced. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, the Sixers got fleeced. I look at it now, and the Sixers definitely got fleeced. A crippled old man and four picks. I would say it's okay, but the thing is, you got Brown there, and that's great. So you have Tyrese Maxey. You have Mr. Edgecombe, who's an up and comer, and then you have the walking cast. Oh, you don't know who the walking cast is? Yeah, that's Joel Embiid, or you can call him Mr. Street Clothes, because he'll be wearing them at least 3 months out of the NBA season, and he will next year too. Look, and now if you think that you think I'm inconsistent, this man can tell you when we back in November said that he was coming back on the court, I said congratulations, and now the countdown's on. The over-under is 5 before he goes back on the bench, and there's about 5 games, and he was back on the bench. But we should applaud the fact this talented guy, not Brown, but Embiid, can actually stay on the court 5 games in a row.
Hey. So I looked at this trade and I said, okay, it's just a move by Philly. I didn't even know Philly was in the running, to be honest with you.
Interesting. Why do you say interesting?
Because the fact that I don't know what Brad Stevens is thinking, but you still let the Sixers keep Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. Even though we can say what we say about Joel Embiid, you still let them keep him. Like you.
The Maxey one, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't get him. That's what I thought they were going to try for.
Paul George and 4 picks. I mean, only one is really going to be something towards next year.
Well, I mean, he's trying to do like what Danny Ainge before him did.
No, Danny Ainge came up with a better deal, and we all know that.
Well, yes, I'm saying he's trying. The key word is trying. That verb. Try.
This ain't even trying it to me. If you're gonna put Danny Ainge in this conversation, that's not trying. If he's trying to be Danny Ainge, let me put it like this: if your thought process was like Danny Ainge, this is a terrible failed process by Brad Stevens.
Hey, I tried, Stevens. I tried.
Paul George and 4 picks, 2 first, 2 second. And you spread it out 2027, 2029, 2031, 2032. They ain't even in the same calendar year. So I don't know, man. This trade's a little fishy to me. I don't know
Is
where
she?
Brad Stevens is full going saying, you know what, next year's not our year. We'll try again in 2, maybe 3 years. Is that what we doing? It's kind of like a mixed sin because you did take Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks. And how you feel about Mike Conley? To not to be funny, but I'm putting him how you want him to be like LeBron James. That's why I'm with Mike Conley. Like, I think Mike Conley's at the end of his road.
Mike Conley's been in the end of his role for the last 4 years. I mean, what does he contribute other than the fact we get the gawk the fact he married a white woman, and he can stabilize a team every now and then to the point guard position? But I mean, what other special thing has he done in the last 4 or 5 years?
So I mean, what are we doing
And
in
I'm not,
Boston?
and I'm not talking trash. I'm like, what does Mike Conley bring to a team? Maybe he should be a coach. I mean, an assistant coach. I don't know what he could bring to a team as a player anymore. I don't.
So and Jayley Brown said he felt disrespected. I mean, of course, but you was the one who said what you said on your stream, which was
Son,
not smart.
you said you disrespected yourself. You don't get on anything. I don't care if it's a podcast, a television program, your own podcast, or an interview, and say that a season that you bounce in the first round is better than a championship season. One where you won the finals MVP to boot. Son, why? Oh, I know why. It's the kiwi that you rub on your head. Get off of the kiwi, son. It's messing with your brain. It's messing with your brains. It's killing brain cells. Stop with it.
It's killing brain cells.
Yes. Yeah, that black kiwi that he puts on his head is messing with his brain cells. You get on any mic and say that a season you got bounced in the first round is better than a championship season. Come on, man.
That's what he said. I have no idea. That's what he said.
Now, if he's talking about off the court, fine, that's different. But you talking about on the court.
And you blew a 3-1 lead. And you blew a 3-1 lead to the team you got traded to. The first team to ever in Boston history to blow their 3-1 lead.
Jaylen, you high as a kite, son. High as a kite.
Hey, what do we know?
I know a championship is better than being bounced in the first round. Brown sexuals. Chip over being bounced in the first round. Get it. Oh, speaking of LeBron James, there's a whole bunch of suitors that are in play for LeBron James. He could return home, and home for him is Northeastern Ohio or Cleveland because he's an Akron boy. Sorry, man. Racist suckers. So he could return home. And of course, it would be a third stint with the Cavaliers, and he'll get to actually get together with one James Harden. Sorry. The aforementioned 76ers. I mean, you now have Jayley Brown who's there, and he could he can be supplanted for Joel Embiid. When Joel Embiid is injured, LeBron James can play for him, so that might work. That actually might work. Embiid could play for 41 games, and you got LeBron James could play for 41 games. That actually might work for the Sixers. Wow. That Sixers organization, Sixers brass. Do that. Sign LeBron James.
You know what the funny thing is? Funny thing is about that? Even though he might be sounding sarcastic, Coach us is being very serious about that.
I mean, 100% serious. I know it sounds funny. I'm being 100% serious. I was like, you got this fool who will take off games when he ain't injured, and then you got Joel Embiid who can't stay on the court. I mean, it's perfect. You get it through an 82 game season, have each of them play 41 games. It'll be beautiful, beautiful. Then he can go back to the Heat. Yeah, that's right. He can go back and actually have Pat Riley throw him a middle finger and say, "I knew you were gonna come back. You should have left in the first place, mother." It'd be perfect for him if he does that. Perfect for him.
I get that story part, but the other reason you can go to Miami, the actual reason you can go to Miami,
well, ain't Dwayne Wade because he gone.
Giannis is there.
Giannis. Then you got the Nuggets, which to me is probably the most intriguing of them all. They're a contender. They're looking to add another championship piece. Well, I'll put it this way. You only have one. Give me another player. Give me a player's name on the Nuggets that is championship caliber besides Nikola Jokic. I'm waiting. Don't give me Murray. Don't give me Gordon. No, sir. They ain't one. So we know he ain't going to Denver. Sorry, Nuggets fans. Sorry, cool. You know the deal. He ain't going to Denver. Then you have the world champion New York Knicks. They are the dark horse. It is New York. And he probably does fancy playing alongside Jalen Brunson. Problem, though, and this is why he won't be a Knick. You have Brunson who wants to bring up the ball. You have LeBron who wants to bring up the ball. You can't have that happen. And then the one place I want him to go. LeBron James to the Warriors. Oh, yes. Yes. They're interested in putting him in there to give Stephen Curry one last gasp at the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Get his fifth and LeBron's fifth, along with the Rocket. Draymond Green. All of them can get 5 rings before they go off to the sunset. LeBron James to the Warriors. We need to see it.
I knew you was going to say that last. No, I knew you was going to say that last. I knew it.
Let's get the petitions out right now. We need to see LeBron James as a Warrior. We need to see this. Have him just simply go 430 miles up I-5 and then take a detour to I-40 and get into the San Francisco area, Oakland area. That is where LeBron needs to play for the next season. And then we can simply gawk and throw up and be sick to our stomachs at the LeBron watch every time the Warriors go anywhere.
Nah, that's my least favorite option.
I don't give a crap if it's yours or my least or most favorite. Actually, my favorite option is retire. That's my favorite option. But play on that team, LeBron. Retire.
That's not an option.
Play on that team. RETIRE. Play on that team. Retire.
That's my least favorite option. I do not want to see LeBron. I do not want to see LeBron and Steph on the same team.
Instead of going back to the Cavaliers, back to the Heat, the Sixers, the Nuggets, the Knicks, and the Warriors. No, sit your down. Retire.
Nah, you the one who started the whole LeBron to the Warriors thing last year. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
You started that.
I'm leaning harder on it now. I wanted to be a Warrior. Mess that team up.
I highly doubt that with all but how much good that organization is. And they still got Jimmy Butler too. That won't be the oldest team in the league, that's for sure.
I'ma love that. That'd be beautiful. We can. This is beautiful. Chase Center, prepare. When you paint I don't care what iteration of uniform they wear. You can wear them hideous black ones. You can wear them hideous city ones. You can wear the regular ones that they're supposed to wear. You can wear them crappy mustard ones. I don't care what uniform that they wear. What uniform you want to have the Warriors wear. Paint the court that beautiful mustard with the blue trim, and you can put on the paints a handicap insignia. And then you can don the starting five with walkers, blue and mustard walkers. One for Draymond, one for Steph, one for Jimmy Butler, one for LeBron James. Perfect. And whoever is the fifth guy, he could be all their seeing eye dog. LeBron James to the Warriors. We need to see it.
I knew he was going to act fool about this. I knew it. He started this campaign at the beginning of last season.
Last offseason.
He started this
last offseason.
He started this campaign
last July.
It was actually a joke. He started to be a joke to go after somebody else, not really with LeBron. He just wanted LeBron to do him first so he can get at somebody.
Yes. And now I don't even care if I don't care if it lands as a joke to him or not, which I don't think it is now. It's just I just found it hilarious when I was like, oh, so there's scuttlebutt to having LeBron James play with Stephen Curry. Oh, this is hilarious.
And then 1 year later, here we are. There is a chance.
So yeah. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
LeBron James to the Knicks. Yeah. Does he really want to go to a team that already won the championship?
Yes. The problem is not the team winning the championship. The problem to me would be you already have a ball dominant guy who is the number one option on the team. And yeah, you can say, well, LeBron understands he's the Robin in this stage of his career. No, because there's going to be a certain time you're going to call on him. You're going to call him to be the Batman of it. And I don't want to do that.
In all seriousness, though, when the Lakers asked him to be the lead, he showed he can still lead. In all seriousness.
In all fairness, yes, but homie gonna be 42 before we see fireworks again for the new year. And you can't demand, I don't care how great LeBron is, you can't demand a 42-year-old to carry that big of a load.
Which brings me to the Miami Heat. Yes, you got Giannis. Yes, you still got Bam. What are the other pieces around that team?
Oh, Bam. One who he can score 83 points one game and 3 points the next.
Like, what other pieces you putting around that team? I did say I thought, I don't know if it was a report or not, that y'all did bring back Norman Powell, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But Pat Riley, you might need to join LeBron James too and retire. He coaching what it is no more. The Nuggets. Now that was surprising to see the Nuggets in this. Out of all the surprises, the Nuggets was the most surprising one.
Well, I mean, the Nuggets need something, but I don't. He ain't going.
Out of all of the six, the Nuggets are at the bottom of the list for me.
That is the least appealing option for him.
I see if I'm going from bottom to the top, I'm going Nuggets at the bottom, Knicks above them. Despite what happened and everything that they said, 76ers, I don't like our chances.
I don't even.
There's no way y'all can fit all that on a starting unit. That's not happening. And if you do, what that bitch gonna look like?
All joking aside, That is a scenario where you're saying there's not enough balls to go around. That scenario right there. You have Brown, you have Embiid, you have Maxey, and you have LeBron. There's too many too many impactful players and only one ball. It doesn't really work well with the Sixers, and neither does LeBron's game work with them.
So it's the Heat, the Warriors, and the Cavaliers. My number one option: take your butt home.
No, no.
There's
If you take your butt home, have it be one day and you retire. No, no. I already know we're gonna see a farewell tour whenever he does retire, and I don't think it's gonna be after next year. But no, not Cleveland.
Go to Cleveland. You get a team with Donovan Mitchell, James Harden. The front court you don't got to worry about because Evan Mobley and Jared Allen got you covered.
And Jared Allen's a really good defensive presence too.
As
Of
they
all
always
the
say, that you can always return home. So go ahead and return home.
of all the 6 teams that are on this list, the best option in terms of the best player on the squad probably would be the Heat, because I think Giannis would be good to play alongside LeBron. I think LeBron would know how to play alongside with him. Yeah, you could say Steph too. But I've always considered LeBron a backcourt thinking front court guy. You know, I've always thought of him in that regard. You know, he's a small forward, but he thinks of himself as a point guard. So to me, he does better with another big where he can actually play big, and LeBron can actually play, more of a rover. Whereas with Steph, it's going to be a little hard because he's ball dominant. So is LeBron. I could see that to be a logistical nightmare. However, I know you could say, well, look at how they were in Paris, 2024 in the Olympics. Okay. But just how his game meshes, I think Giannis is the best superstar for him. So I think strategically, I think his game would fit better with the Heat. Now, his heart may be in Cleveland. Go back home, and he does his farewell tour and retires. I personally think he should simply throw a middle finger and just laugh at everybody and go in the bay. I think it would be hilarious if he does that.
Not throw a middle finger at everybody.
Yeah, Well, you had the nerve to want to be the best player in this era, but you join another man who won as many rings. He could be like, F y'all. I just want to get on this team. You can kiss that energy.
But we all know y'all Kane is taking his sweet time on this one.
Yo Kang wants to have them gray hairs grow in his beard.
So we are on LeBron James watch for the third time.
Lord have mercy. Go home. Retire. Now. Now, let's switch
from
the
the
NBA
NBA.
to the WNBA. We see one of our queens returning onto the court, Nafisa Collier. She, of course, she's had a little bit of an injury issue. Actually, that was starting last year, extending in the playoffs and into the season. And now she gets to return to practice this week. And hopefully it brings her closer to return to the court. We miss you, Feast. We miss you. We miss you. And good job on getting your girls to consolidate behind the scenes. Now, how can I put this? So you have the WNBA All-Star Players Ballot. It's something that may be suspicious. So less than half of the league, less than half the league reported they submitted the All-Star starters ballots. The participation is raising questions about the credibility of the process and the players' votes, which, of course, that counts for a quarter of the All-Star balloting.
Before you continue on, Dre, I need to hear from you on this one, bro. Because when I heard this, I'm like, how the players didn't vote? How is that even possible?
And speaking of
what are we doing here? What are we doing, ladies? Or is it the team's fault for not handing out the ballots? WNBA, get it together, man. This is supposed to be for the All-Star. Jeez, you can't even get this right.
And speaking of not getting things right and All-Star, Angel Reese got snubbed for the upcoming All-Star weekend. Now, she called it, quote, disrespectful, close quote, that the Atlanta Dream players were selected as starters were selected despite the success of the whole team. This is where I would love to get Mr. McCain's viewpoint on this one, since he's a Dream analyst. Because I would love to hear what he thinks about how beautiful this team has actually been operating the first half of the season, and none of them are on the All-Star team. Dre, or Sports Wave with Dre Day podcast. What up, my brother? He says whole voting process is rigged. Agreed. There's nothing else for me to say on that. I agree with him. The whole voting process.
Before we get to the other topic, I got the starters for you, Mr. Johnson.
Talk to
Your WNBA starters: Aaliyah Boston, making her 4th All-Star. Breanna Stewart, making her 8th All-Star. Asia Wilson, making her 8th All-Star. Natasha Howard, making her 3rd All-Star. By the way, for what Natasha Howard has done for this league, and this is her 3rd All-Star, what the heck happened with the mother years?
Sometimes talented people get overlooked. It's unfortunate, but that happens.
Jessica Shepard, making her All-Star debut. Paige Beckers, her 2nd All-Star. Gabby Williams, 2nd All-Star. Caitlin Clark, her 3rd All-Star. Kelsey Mitchell, her 4th All-Star. And Olivia Miles. Yeah, that's right. The rookie herself, Olivia Miles, is an All-Star starter. We got 3 Indiana Fevers, 2 Minnesotas.
I knew it.
2 Dallas, 1 New York, 1 Vegas, and 1 Golden State. Mr. Johnson, I can tell what you're going at, so go ahead and talk about what's wrong with this pitch. Matter of fact, I'll even give you the full screen.
No, you don't have to give me the full screen. You don't have to give me the full screen on this one. But this just goes to show why you have a lot of people who actually follow the sport, like Dre, like Playmaker, like myself, that we get our bad tastes in our mouths. You want to know why a WNBA fan that we can't stand the Fever? It's because of crap like that. I mean, can you say bias? I know you could. You can't have this. Look, I get you got to have you got to have the golden goose. You got to have Caitlin Clark. I know she's bulletproof. Ask Alicia Thomas. She bulletproof. We understand that. And look, and I'm not gonna hate on Aaliyah Boston. She deserves to be in there too. But really, 3 to start? No, no. 3 on the team, I get it. 3 to start? 3 out of possible 10. that start on the Fever. Well, I think we know what happened. It looks like WNBA offices of I think they've rigged the process of voting, and you're like, oh yeah, let's see if we can actually reward our favorite fan base, which happens to be the Indiana Fever.
I have a different viewpoint.
Yeah. Dre says she's gonna be a reserve player, but she definitely is a starter and got screwed. Talking about Angel Reese, but he said Marina Mobley. That's that 53-point performance. Good God, girl, should be a starter, not Kelsey Mitchell. Respectfully.
See, here's my issue. It's not just with the WNBA. This is with all the all-star voting that we do because we want to have fans vote. Fans are not going to vote for players that are deserving.
No,
That's just plain and simple. That's just plain and simple. You ain't even have to have Caitlin Clark on the end of Fever. Fans are going to vote how they want to vote. So somebody like myself and Dre, we're actually going to look at it. We're going to look at numbers. We're going to see how the numbers compare to everybody else. Those are our all-stars. Just me and Dre. Everybody else, they're not going to do that. So what happened was, I think when the first part of the voting started, Cole, Caitlin Clark was like 7th on the list. Angel Reese was like at 4. This is van voting. This is the first part of van voting. The next set of votes came out, what, about a couple of weeks later, 2 weeks? Dre, you remind me, was it 2 weeks later or something like that? That whole thing flipped. Aaliyah won, Caitlin 2, Asia Wilson was 3rd.
How's the best player in the game?
And by the way, shout out to one Miss Angela Perry, who I follow her on social media, and she does a lot of videos for the WNBA on her page. That's how I knew how they went, because of her. Indiana People's fans saw that first set of votes. It was like, oh no, we can't have Caitlin Clark 7 and not see Aaliyah Boston on here and Casey Mitchell. No, we got to turn it around. And sure enough, some weeks later, the whole thing flipped. The crazy part is I ain't expect Aaliyah Boston to get as many votes as she did over Caitlin Clark. I can tell you that part.
Sad.
But this is what happens when you do fans vote.
Sad.
Part of the reason why all-stars in all these sports are not working. Because fans don't vote for people who are deserving, they vote for who they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The people that you want to see ain't always the good choice.
And it sounds so good, and the marketing is so wonderful to say, well, no, you as a fan, you have a voice and it matters. So since your voice matters, that means you matter. Well, this is why you really don't want to have fans to vote. Sorry. This is why you don't want to have them vote. Because they vote with their hearts. They don't vote with their eyes. And they don't vote with the stats in front of them.
You want to be honest? I'm a Liberty fan. And when I did my votes, guess who I didn't vote for, Mr. Cole Johnson? Take a while, guess who I didn't vote for?
Was Sabrina Ionescu?
Yes, I did not vote for Sabrina Ionescu. How dare you, Playmaker? How you not vote for Sabrina? Well, Sabrina was injured for most of the first half.
Yeah.
So why would I vote for her?
Great players, just undeserving for a spot for this year's game. And that happens. It sucks, but that happens.
She was not there for most of the first half of the season. Mm-hmm. We happy that she's back now, but she wasn't there. So guess who got the nod? Brianna Stewart, I got you. You're leading the charge.
And she's having a good season. She's having a good first good season thus far anyway. So yeah.
I'm not going to vote for my players just because. No, that's not how voting should work.
No,
You should be
I
able to
mean, look,
vote for those who are deserving.
look,
It didn't even
my
have to,
team.
and the thing is, what Angel Reese was saying, it didn't have to be her. She ain't a starter. Ryan Howard ain't a starter.
She
Alicia
said,
Gray
she
ain't a
said,
starter.
yeah, she's saying her other teammates aren't either that are deserving. Yeah, which
How neither one of them
she
three are
has a
starters.
point. Which she has a point. She has a very good point.
So this is what happens when you let fans vote.
Look, my team's the Connecticut Sun. I ain't voting for any of them.
Well,
Oh,
they his team.
Dre says,
They're his rental team. Let me clarify that.
Dre says the league is doing everything in their power to get the fever that title gang. That title gang, which that's the problem that I'm having. And that's what I was trying to allude to in my derision of this. I'm like, you're pushing the fever so hard. Like you want them to be your version of the Celtics or the Lakers. I'm like, no. Let it organically happen. You don't have to manufacture it. Dre says the fans have upped the voting process. Yes, they have. Royally. And it don't NBA, WNBA, Major League Baseball. The only one they don't really mess with the NFL because I think they should have players and coaches actually weigh in on who's supposed to go. He says Angel has 5.5 million followers on Instagram, and you mean tell me she only got 6,000 K for votes? Make that make sense. They ain't want to see it. That's the only way it can make sense, bro. And you already know that, man.
You want to make it make sense? About half of that 5.5 million followers, they just want to see her downfall.
Well, that still leaves 2.5 mil that don't. But that's the thing. They just don't want to see her. Fans, league, whatever have you. They just don't want to see her. And I hate, and I do mean the word hate. I hate the fact that you having the coverage scoping her out to see if she's gonna crash out. I'm like, why? Why are you trying to scope to see if she's gonna crash out? Let her grow into her game because she actually is a pretty good player who's growing to be better and is on a team that has some great players with her.
The reason why she doesn't have to crash out.
And that is the reason why she doesn't have to crash out.
And then to our number one story, Mr. Jensen.
Alicia Thomas and Caitlin Clark. Well, both of them have been receiving harassment online. So Thomas, she revealed that she received death threats. And on it was follow.
She wasn't the only one because Chanae spoke on it too. So y'all going out the analyst too who actually played the game.
So Thomas revealed that she received death threats and online abuse following the incident involving one Caitlin Clark. Now, both have since both have condemned, of course, the harassment, saying that there's no place in the game for it, and there's no place in the fandom for it as well. This is cut and dried. These are players. I don't care if you like or hate them. These are players. You have no right, no reason, no rationale to want to threaten harm, let alone death, on either one of these women. Just because you might be a Caitlin Clark fan, you hate it. Alicia Thomas had her fist on the side of the woman's throat, not punching the throat, not leaning on the voice box or trachea, getting off of her. She had her hand in a fist on the side of Caitlin Clark's throat. Does not mean that if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, you should basically want to want to pray for the end of life of Alicia Thomas. And if the other is true, if you're a Alicia Thomas fan and you hate Caitlin Clark, you shouldn't want that for her either. Sometimes criticism online gets too far. That fandom just doesn't understand, oh, this is a little too radical. I need to step back. You need a life. It's just that simple. You need a life. Because if you want to threaten either one of these women, it means that you don't have one. Take it away.
Before I do.
Dre says, look, her worship is talking about Caitlin Clark or the devil. Yeah, I said it.
And the last thing he said about Angel Reese.
Yeah, he says Angel Reese has actually been on her best behavior, unlike someone else. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm saying. They're looking for this woman to crash out. And the woman is like, look, I got good teammates. I'm on a good team. I'm keeping my nose at the grindstone. I'm bringing the dream to the playoffs and having them win series in the playoffs. She's doing her job. Yet they want her to want to be the bad guy, bad girl, so bad it makes my head spin, and it makes me want to spit fire and nails because it pisses me off. That's how people want to portray her as being.
All right. First and foremost, I'm about to say something. I don't care how anybody feels about it. I mean, I love my brother Coach Johnson. I love Dre. I love him. But what I'm going to say, and I'm saying it full-heartedly. Caitlin Clark, I commend you for speaking out. But I didn't need you to speak out. For those who are saying Caitlin Clark need to come out and speak out for what? It don't matter what C say. Whatever C said, people are still going to do what the hell they want to do. So I don't need Caitlin Clark to speak out against harassment and racism and all this stuff. Because I already know how Caitlin Clark feels about that. Her speaking out does nothing because y'all still going to do what y'all want to do anyway.
Be stupid.
So to me, Caitlin Clark, you did the, how can I put this? You did the professional thing of speaking out. You did the moral thing of speaking out. But people like myself, Dre, Cole Johnson, we don't really need you to speak out because you don't control people. So whatever you said, people are like, yay. And they're still going to go do something crazy like what they did. The next time you get an incident. Why? Because they feel like they can do that. And it makes them feel good. And me and Coach Jones have said this a lot. Caitlin Clark, all that she does is play basketball and stay out the headlines. That's all she does. Caitlin Clark don't really create headlines. It's the media that creates it. Caitlin Clark, she don't say nothing in the press conference that's be like, did she really say that? Ooh, that was an interesting take. Caitlin Clark don't give you nothing in the press conference to go out there. Huh? She just plays her game. Some people might disagree with it. Some people might love it. It's depending on how you feel, but she just plays basketball. People also are frustrated with Caitlin Clark, and some people can't stand Caitlin Clark to the point where neither side has common sense at this point. And that's the real problem. So, yes, I commend Caitlin Clark for speaking out, but I didn't need it because it wasn't going to change nothing. Like, I'm at the point, Cole, where I'm like, why did we have to call out people to speak out on stuff when we know it ain't going to change nothing?
In sports culture, it's now starting to get vogue for individuals or the league to want to push the biggest names in their organization to say something on a general topic. Like they want to know what LeBron James has to say about police brutality, or they want no matter what, or they want what's another good example?
Patrick Mahomes.
They want Patrick Mahomes to speak on domestic violence, or they want or you're down Alvarez doesn't speak English. They want Aaron Judge to speak on alcoholism. It's just they want to push a big time name toward the media to say something about this on behalf of the league. And the thing is, your point is correct and valid. We don't really necessarily need to see that. We don't need to hear that. But it's been vogue for commissioners and league executives and owners of teams, governors, to push players and have them speak on this subject, because the fans need to know that we as a league don't believe in this, and you bring the most eyeballs to our league.
Speaking of commissioner, Captain Engelbert, where were you at?
Puppet.
The fact that Alyssa Thomas has said you haven't said nothing. Sophie Cunningham said that you haven't said nothing. Where are you?
That woman a puppet. Well, I told you. That woman's a puppet, man.
We don't.
You don't want me to say anything? All right, well, I'll keep my mouth shut. Okay, we'll send Caitlin Clark to do it. Cool. I'll keep quiet. I hate that. Why are you a commissioner? Because part of being a commissioner is you're supposed to convey what the owners think and the players think. Come to a center, come to some sort of medium, and then you can actually put the pressure on both the executives and the owners and the players alike with whatever you say. But since you say very little, what's your purpose?
And thank you, Alicia Thomas, Sophie Cunningham, and everybody else. You keep calling out Kathy Engelbert. Please do. Because every time you call out Engelbert, I'm going to enjoy it. Because it further shows the disrespect that her being commissioner of the WNBA really is. It's very disrespectful at this point.
I want to see when they're going to fire, when those owners are going to fire her as a commissioner. I want to see them come up with the gumption to do it, because they just can't say, "Well, you're the commissioner of the league when it's been the most financially profitable." No.
And this is one of the things I will give Caitlin Clark. When she did it, she didn't even wait for you to ask the question. She was like, "I already know what y'all gonna ask, but just let me go ahead and get it out there now."
There's aspects about Caitlin Clark that's likable. Now, I'm not saying that she's my favorite player. She's not. But there's aspects about her that's likable. It's just that she's being pushed as a golden goose, and normally with the golden goose, you're going to get people who are going to want to throw up in their barf bags and buckets because it's going to be too much of her. Just like a wrestler that finished his story. Too much of that person, and you're going to have a whole lot of fans wanting to turn against that individual.
But Alicia Thomas, Caitlin Clark, thank you for speaking out. You did your job. You commissioner, not so much.
It's sad. The players are better commissioners than you are. Engelbert, you need to get out.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that.
And obviously, I'm not the only one that believes that. Dre says, look, she has to go. Madam President NECA, we need you as commissioner. That wouldn't be a bad person to put in the spot. NECA Wimike, that would not be a bad person to put in the commissioner spot. She already has the ear to players. Yeah, that's a good choice.
And one thing before we wrap up this long edition of Around the Hardwood, Mr. Johnson. We talked about Fee return to practice. Guess who else has returned to practice?
Please tell me it's Juju.
Juju Watkins is back on the court practicing with the USC Lady Trojans.
My favorite women's basketball player is back. Go ahead. Go ahead, girl. I want you to win the national championship next April. Do your thing.
It's good to have Juju back on the court.
Yes.
And
I'm happy.
And the fact that USC has one of the top classes on the women's side. Oh boy.
You might have to just fit in.
Boy.
Just gracefully fit in. All that talent and just fit in, and they probably can power themselves, provided that Juju's healthy through all season long, can just simply propel them to the national championship. That's going to be great to watch. That makes me excited. Yes, Juju. That makes me excited.
Good to see you, Juju. Can you continue on with the rehab and slowly working your way to full basketball activities?
Please don't push it. Yeah, please don't push it.
And that will conclude Around the Hardwood. Well, that was all the news. So we take a break and come back. What actually happened on the hardwood? The action doesn't stop when the game ends. With Paramount Plus, stream live sports, hit originals, blockbuster movies, and your favorite shows all in one place. From championship moments to must-watch entertainment, Paramount Plus has something for everyone. Start streaming today with Paramount Plus, available through the Playmakerz network.
Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Big game today? Don't spend it in the kitchen. CookUnity delivers fresh, chef-crafted meals straight to your door so you can spend less time cooking and more time enjoying the action. Whether it's football season, basketball season, or fight night, CookUnity has you covered. Fill your day with CookUnity. Get started today through the Playmakerz network. And welcome back to Shooting the Lights Out here on this Monday, July 6, 2026. All right, Mr. Johnson, we went around the hardwood. Now let's go to what happened on the hardwood.
That this guy is shown. Let me shut up. James off the steal. James with the stop.
Rebound by Adams, his sixth. Morant blows by Primo. Attack.
Well, we ain't gonna see Ja Morant do that with I'm sorry, we're not talking about him. My bad.
What is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with me.
That clip been there for a minute. And now you want to take a shot at Ja Morant.
Well, it's better that I take a shot at him than he takes a shot at. No, I'm not gonna go there.
You know what? Let's just go ahead and get started.
So the game of the week I'm proud of that one.
Was from Friday.
I'm proud of myself on that one. Game of the week involved Dre's and Playmakerz Liberty hosting Lynx, and the Liberty pretty much had control of things. 99-86 the final score. Breanna Stewart, she showed up and showed out. 36 points, 7 boards, 2 block shots. And this possibly might be a finals preview. Possibly. The Lynx, they fall to 15-5. The Liberty, they improved to 13-8. And you might see them in the finals. You might see them even before they get there. We shall see.
Nobody else in this entire game, both on the Lynx and the Liberty, scored 20 points.
Other than Breanna Stewart. Wow.
All 5 starters of the Liberty scored in double figures, though.
Well, that's impressive.
But nobody touched 20 points. So that's why you only see one player, which is Breanna Stewart.
I had a feeling.
And they let Breanna Stewart lead the way for the Liberty on Friday night. So good win, ladies. Good win. And that's way to back up coming out the Commissioner's Cup win over the Aces, too.
Who gives a crap?
You don't, but it happened. So
Is it the WNBA championship?
I don't moved on. I don't moved on.
On Saturday, thank the Lord, the Commissioners comes over. I'm sorry. On Saturday, you had the Dream hosting the Valkyries. Unfortunately, the Dream, well, they had nightmares as they lost to the Valkyries 88-83. Veronica Burton scored 21 in the win. The Dream, they're hitting on hard times. It looks like they are now embroiled in a 5-game losing streak. All right, from Atlanta to Toronto, as the tempo was dictated to them by the Wings, 89-76. Paige Becker, she got 22 points and 7 assists in the win for the Wings. That was one Sunday tilt. The other Sunday tilt, the Aces hosting the Fever
without Caitlin Clark and without Asia Wilson playing.
And the Fever gave the Aces a whole ton of headaches. The Fevers, 84-68. Kelsey Mitchell, she gave you 27 points to lead the Fever in a dominant performance in Las Vegas.
It kind of sucks I ain't have Caitlin Clark or Asia Wilson for that game.
Dre, he says, look, Fee was looking amazing at the game. I might add, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heart and eyes emojis.
And no, she did not sit up for that. No, she did not sit up for that game. She was still in street clothes.
We know. We know he was talking about eye candy. And I don't.
We know that. The audience might not have known that.
She eye candy.
And real quickly, the other 2 games from the weekend that took place.
All right. So the other games that took place this weekend, Friday, you had the Aces. They got beat by the Fever, but on Friday they beat the Sky. And then on Saturday you had the Storm. Well, they got put out by the Fire.
I was gonna say the Storm lit the fire, and they couldn't stop it.
Yeah, the Storm got put up.
Yeah, pretty much a quick, fast break because hey, that's all the games that happened on the weekend. It was a 4th of July weekend, by the way.
4th of July. Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the Liberty handling business, getting a good big win over the Lynx. Fever without Caitlin Clark got a big win over the Aces without Asia Wilson. The Wings continue to have success with Cortez, my co-host. But like I told him, you do it to yourself.
Go Wings.
And the dream, they are searching for answers. They will find them. They got a two-time little team not to find the answers. They will find them.
they do.
And if
And
I
good teams normally hit rough stretches too. So yeah.
and if I agrees, when you are a tough team, when I mean by tough, when you are a tough team, when I mean by tough, they play physical, they play tough on defense. You're gonna win games. It's just plain and simple.
They defy logic. I mean, a team that's an expansion should play with this much poise.
So we continue down the road to All-Star Weekend, which is around the 24th, 25th range, if I remember correctly, in Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So that would do it for the fast break.
That this guy has shown. Let me shut up. James off the steal. James with the stop.
Rebound by Adams, his sixth. Morant blows by Primo. Attack.
Sometimes it's not even about the jerseys. It's the hat that sets it off. Snapbacks, fitties, truckers, whatever your style is, that's how you rep your team every day. If you're looking to upgrade your collection or find your next go-to cap, we got you covered. Hit the link in the description and shop the latest styles right now through Lids. Every team, every style, every day. Top off your fit the right way.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Looking for more? If you're watching the game and not repping your favorite superstar, what are you doing? T-shirts, championship hoodies, this is how you show who you ride with. Whether it's legends or the stars that are running it right now, it's all about representing your side. Hit the link in the description and shop official gear right now through WWE Shop. Every era, every superstar, every fan. Don't just watch, represent.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA like, oh, okay, then LA Knight hopped out the car, let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Playmakerz Sports Talk YouTube channel.
The game is about to start. The last thing you should be worrying about is what's for dinner. With CookUnity, chef-crafted meals are ready to enjoy in minutes. Great food, less hassle, more game time. CookUnity, available through the Playmakerz Network. And welcome back to Shooting the Lights Out here on a very short edition of Shooting the Lights Out because there's only one thing left to do. But before we get to that, Monarchs are wrestling tonight. Let's just say one company in professional wrestling is not doing their job. properly. And they need to be called out on the carpet for it. Just gonna throw that out there. So I'm pretty sure somebody's not happy with what happened in a certain company. And also tonight, 8:00, U.S. men's national team takes on Belgium in the round of 16. I will be tuned in. Can the U.S. make it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup?
So you're gonna be watching Raw and the U.S. men's soccer team.
It's more like Raw might be watching me.
Raw will be watching you.
I'm gonna be more focused on the World Cup than goddamn Raw.
Oh well.
Raw is every freaking Monday. The World Cup is not every freaking year.
True, it's once every 4 years. It's like the Olympics. Got a point.
And it's on home soil too. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it's been a while since we're partially hosting this World Cup. But yeah, it's been a while.
We're not partially hosting no more. Canada got bounced out Saturday. Mexico got bounced out yesterday. The only one left is the USA.
So all the rest of the games will be played on U.S. soil. That's interesting. Even if the Americans get bounced, that's really interesting.
Yep. The finals will be taking place up in how they call it, the New York, New Jersey Stadium. They're not allowed to use the actual names of the stadium.
The East Rutherford Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey Stadium, the Meadowlands Stadium. Yeah, the Meadowlands Stadium.
But tonight, Team USA, they are in Seattle. That's gonna be one Rockets home field advantage because that Seattle crowd.
Oh yeah, the 12th man. Oh, sorry. The fans in the stands.
Let US get a lead over Belgium.
So they're playing this on Seahawks Field. Okay, got it. All right.
Yep. Lumen Field is what they're playing at.
Yeah, I'm saying not Lumen Field, Seahawks Field.
If US get an early lead, Belgium in for one. Because that crowd, whew, I give that to Seattle. When it comes to sports, they will create a home field advantage if they need to. But enough of that. Let's get up out of here with the games for the week. We're talking tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday, Mr. Johnson. Starting with tonight.
Let's start on. All right. So we have the Mystics. They're hosting the Valkyries. 7:30 p.m. tip. All times listed are Eastern. And since the Mystics are in DC, that's also local time. You have the Lynx. They will be hosting the Sun. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. That's 7 p.m. in the Twin Cities. And you have on the West Coast, you have the Sparks hosting the Storm. That's at 10 p.m., 7 p.m. tip in LA. And that game will be televised on the USA Network. In USA Network.
I don't have a spotlight game for tonight. If I had to choose one, probably Valkyrie and Mystics.
That's the closest one.
Actually, I don't even think I did a spotlight game for any of the other 3 games. It is what it is at this point. I know Cole Johnson, he's happy. The Suns are in Minnesota. It couldn't be a better place for them to be in.
Yes. I love it. That's beautiful.
That's tonight. Tomorrow. I'll take tomorrow's slide, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
At 10 p.m., the Mercury are hosting the Sky with the Mercury being 3.5-point favorites. But at 8 p.m. on ESPN, it is the
And this is why I
Liberty
wanted to
hosting the Wings. No, the reason why I want to take it is because Robin Roberts and Gino Auriemma will be the ones calling the game between the Wings and the Liberty.
Okay.
You didn't know that. That's why I wouldn't take that one.
What is Gino actually going to think about doing color?
Well, they doing this because they called the first game of the WNBA.
Oh man, it's understandable.
So they're continuing their 30-year celebration. And plus, you know why they chose Gino for this game.
I can't think of a coach. I can't think of a coach that has a bigger impact on the women's game in the last 30 years than Gino.
Not only that,
and if you can give me a name, please, because I can't think of one.
And not because
as a coach,
who coached Playmakers?
Well, of course, Gino.
Who coached who coached AZ Fudd?
Gino.
Who coached Breanna Stewart?
Gino. And I rest my case.
So you know it had to be a game where there are UConn players in there.
Right. I rest my case right there.
And you got at least one on both sides. So it's not biased either way.
Right.
But to me, if I had to choose, I think Paige is probably Gino's favorite player he ever coached. But Breanna Stewart was probably the most dominant player he ever coached. Because them 4 years, good gracious. Well, they lost 2 games through her 4-year career there?
I think.
You
couldn't lose much.
You couldn't beat Breanna Stewart UConn team. That team was ridiculous. So that's Tuesday. That's tomorrow. And then Mr. Johnson, Wednesday.
All right. On the calendar for Wednesday, you got the Tempo. Host of the Valkyries. They will be in Toronto. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. local time as well. You have the Lynx traveling to the I can't say really saying mid-Atlantic, but to the southern part of New England to play the Sun. 7:30 p.m. tip, 7:30 local time tip. That game will be televised on the USA Network. And then at 10, following that game, you'll have the Sparks hosting the Fever. 10 p.m. tip, 7 p.m. in LA.
The WNBA gave Coach Johnson a very good week. The Lynx played the Sun twice.
Beautiful. I love that. Home and home L's. I love that.
More L's for the Sun.
That's right. Have that sunset.
And then Fever and Sparks. That's an interesting game right there.
Mm-hmm.
If Caitlin Clark plays, it'll be real interesting.
Wait, she still have that back issue, supposedly.
Yeah, that's why she ain't play against the Aces.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, they was on the back-to-back. So instead of her playing yesterday,
have her skip that game and not have to play him back-to-back guys. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. So that is it for today's show, Mr. Johnson. Any final words on this this short edition of Shooting Lights Out?
Yeah, and I'm glad you did not do this in a full court slam. Bronzexuals, let's get this understood. I want you all to stop with the glazing of the joystick. LeBron James leaving LA does not mean you have to do I did it my way documentary on this dude saying he's the greatest of all time. He needs to retire. He's not. And if I see another meme that says, well, you have this guy who lost 3 out of 4 to a rival and he is praised, but you have LeBron who lost 3 out of 4 to Stephen Curry, he's criticized. Shut up! They both were, and they both should be. Look, bronsexuals, you all should just simply get on your hands and knees, open those mouths wide open, and just stick a flesh joystick in them. And hum. When I saw his name, it's like Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. I believe in LeBron James. I believe in LeBron James. No! And that's what we have. Makes me sick. This is why I say he should retire. And another reason why I say he should be on the Warriors is I think some of that crap will be quiet because they'll be forced to say, well, he had to join a team that actually had a man who beat him 3 times in his career. That will make me happy. LeBron James and the Warriors. We do need to see it. Pissing me off. I hate brown sexuals.
Have a good evening. We'll see you next week.
You've done good. You've done great. But you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't